Hi, I'm Lorraine. I'm 18 years old and I suffer from borderline personality disorder, depression and social anxiety disorder. This is my room. It's a bit messy because I have a problem with my back at the moment, which means I can't bend down very well, so I've not been able to clean. That is my cat. That's Charlie, picking his face. I thought it was better to wait to do this until he was eating because, well, he's a loudmouth. I have various artwork on the walls, all my own. I did all of these. A Paramore poster, which is slightly ripped because of Charlie. Horses. Twilight, yes I know. Not many people like Twilight, but I do. More Paramore, more paintings. It's very pink. And that is my bookshelf. The bottom one, that is. That is my bookshelf. I am very particular about my books. They all have to go in a specific order. And you can't move them. If you move them, I will have a go. Very interesting. Oh, Charlie's finished his dinner. That is my Mindy. Well, she's not mine, not yet. But she will be. This is Amelie. For those of you who have read the Morganville Vampires, you'll recognise the name. It's the founder of Morganville. I absolutely adore it. They are amazing. I had a slight crush on Amelie, hence the reason my rabbit has her name. Pokemon, and various things on top of my TV. There's an empty cat food packet because I've not took it to the bin yet. And these tend to be a mess at the moment because Charlie has a thing of jumping on the TV to jump up here. This is my random bookshelf. I don't give a shit about those. I am making this video and the videos that are going to follow it to raise awareness for mental health problems, mainly borderline personality disorder, because I don't think enough people understand it, and people tend to not understand that when I do something, I might mean it at the time, but I won't mean it in general. I will sometimes argue with people and feel like they don't quite get me, and I find it very hard to hold down friendships. I'm not even going to mention relationships because since I've been diagnosed I've not had one. I've not had one ever, which makes me sound like a real lonely idiot, but you know. So I'm making this to raise awareness. I am hopefully going to post a link to this on Vampire Freaks. I don't know if they'll remove it or not. I'm hoping they won't because it's in a cult to do with To Write Love on Her Arms, which is a self-harm awareness group. I have self-harmed in the past. I am now holding my kitty because he insisted on jumping on the TV, didn't you? I love my little kitty. I spend a lot of money on him, which is another BPD trait. I'm not very good with money, not at all. I'm getting better, but that could decrease quite quickly. I will see something I want, and if I have money I will buy it. Simple as. But I tend not to think of the fact that I have things to pay for. I know, pretty silly. Because I have a phone on contract, which costs me £31 a month. Yes, I'm British, I know. Okay, today has not been a good day, but it's not been a bad day either. We did have 2 dogs, we now only have 1. No, it didn't die. We got the second one, Sadie, from the kennels. She was a border collie cross, but sadly we had to take her back because we could not cope with her. She was very lovely, she was obedient, she was loyal, she loved to cuddle up to you, but she's very responsive to noise, to people, to cars, to anything. She will bark constantly at nearly everything, so we had to take her back. Luckily there's her old family who say they are willing to have her once they've moved out. Okay, that is the second time the door has gone while I've been making this video. I'm doing very well to be able to answer it. There's only certain people I will answer the door to. If I don't want to answer the door to them, I will literally run and hide. Because there's a woman next door who I don't like. She's old, she only has one arm. I think she was born like it. I'm not sure. I think she was just born with just one arm. But she sometimes comes around looking for my mum to do things for her because she's only got one hand. But she makes me very uncomfortable. Sounds silly, I know, but she just makes me feel really, really uncomfortable. Because in my opinion, she's just too pushy, too full on. So if she knocks at the door and I see that it's her, I won't answer it. But she figured it out, and what she started doing was walking round to the living room window and looking in. So I started running and hiding in the kitchen. So that she couldn't see me. So that, no one was in. Even though I usually leave the TV on. I don't know, but yeah. That's my anxiety. My anxiety is a lot better than what it used to be. I can do a lot more now without getting scared. I still get scared. A lot. More than I have people believe. I still get scared when going out of the house on my own. I am very, very scared of going back to college. I have not been in college for a year because my mental health just deteriorated. This was before I got diagnosed with BPD. And I didn't really understand what I was feeling. I was like, this can't be just anxiety, because that's all that I knew that it was there. It was anxiety. And I was taking overdoses. So I was initially, that's basically attempting suicide. I was self-harming a hell of a lot. I was not doing very well. I ended up getting admitted to a psychiatric unit. I have been in a psychiatric unit 3 times. It was an adolescent one, because I was still under CAMS. That's Child and Adolescent Mental Health Services, by the way, for those of you that don't know or live in a different country or whatever, I don't know. But I've just been transferred to adult mental health. And because I'm now an adult, technically, they can tell me I've got BPD. I've got BPD. I don't like it. I wish I didn't have it. I did a lot of research on it, and apparently it can be passed on to my children if I have some. If I do, I hope to. But I don't like the idea of anyone going through what I've been through. It is not a nice prospect, it really isn't. People think that I blame my BPD on... No, I blame my behaviour on my BPD too much. I don't. I am no good at friendships, as I've already said. For some reason, sometimes I decide I don't like someone. I don't like you, I don't want to be your friend. But then later on I'll realise that I didn't mean it. I do want them to be my friend. I've done that recently, but I'm too ashamed to admit it. I doubt she's watching this, but I feel really guilty about it. I didn't mean it. She was one of the best friends I'd had in a while. I think I've been friends with her for about 5-6 years. And she was the one who, when I came to her and said, I've been diagnosed with BPD, she went out and researched it so that she'd understand it. And I fucked it up, basically. I decided I didn't want to be her friend no more. I regret that, but I am too scared to admit that I was wrong, because I feel ashamed that I let things get that bad, that I let my BPD get that bad. I don't like it. Relationships are even harder. It's hard to explain why. Like I said, I've never been in a relationship, but I have been at the sort of start of one. and I do fuck them up a lot. I make very bad decisions. I get too attached too quickly, way too quickly. I think that's the main downfall for me in relationships. I get too attached, and they see it as being clingy. They don't see it as it's my BPD, I can't help it. If I get attached to someone, I feel like they should be the same with me, you know? Sorry, get out the camera. Mr. Kitty again, wanting to be on camera. Look, there it is. There's the camera. But yeah, having BPD isn't easy, so I'm going to be making these videos to document different periods of it. Yeah. Because BPD is a lot like bipolar, except that the mood swings are a lot more short-lived. They're a lot shorter, they can last for hours. You know, minutes, hours, that, you know, very short period of time. And in them periods of time, I can do things that I regret later. I know a lot of people do that. They regret things later on. But, oh, it's hard to explain. I wish I could explain it better. If you want to understand BPD better, I suggest you research it. This is more going to be from the point of view of someone with it. To me, I would much rather not have this. I would rather be normal. I would rather be a normal 18-year-old, you know, going out getting drunk every weekend and learning to drive. I don't know if I can learn to drive yet. I started the form to apply for my licence, but I haven't sent it off yet. They could mail it back to me and say, sorry, but because of your mental condition you can't drive. I don't know. I am on disability living allowance because I can't work. I will never, in my opinion, be able to hold down a job. It's empty! Empty! My cat wants an empty food packet. Yo! Empty! Sorry, he is young. He is about 7 months old now. He is one evidence of my BPD and impulsiveness. I went out one day, saw him in a pet shop, bought him. That was it. I didn't phone my mum to see if I could bring him home. I didn't stop to consider whether I could afford to keep him. Luckily I could. I'm just saying, luckily I can afford to keep him. You know, he's recently been to the vets and been neutered because male cats they spray everywhere. But I phoned my mum up one day from my mate's house and just, hey mum, I bought a kitten. Naturally that didn't go over too well. The rabbit was the same case. I phoned up my mum, I bought a rabbit. Luckily my parents are animal lovers, so it wasn't a case of get rid of it now. You know, they would never do that. They've said I'm not allowed no more pets. I'm hoping to not do that. Yeah. I will update, hopefully daily if I remember, on what that day's been like. Yeah. Bye.